Hello, ruggers and gentlemen. Welcome to the Irish Cultural Center of New England here in Canton, Mass. This is a Next Level Rugby production. I'm Ryan Trost. I'll be bringing you a play-by-play of some more American Rugby Premiership action. Two old inner-city rivals. The Boston Rugby Football Club is visiting Boston Irish Wolfhounds. It's going to be a good match. A lot of old-school rivalry in this. Two teams that know each other well. Both looking for the first win in the American Premiership. Just about to kick off, and here we go. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kerry Llewellyn kicking off for the Boston Rugby Football Club. Kerry Llewellyn is a former Wales under-20 before he came over to the States. He goes off to the left. His pack's going to get a little leap here. And the Wolfhounds collect. They set right into a platform on a ruck. And here we come with the scrum. Nice little split out to the 15 here. He's got a man on the outside. 14's got a lot of room to raise. And that is going to look like one move to beat. That's going to be a try right off the bat for the Wolfhounds. They came to play today, ladies and gentlemen. That is Sammy Grant, number 14, for the Wolfhounds with a nice run down the sideline. He was set up pretty sweetly by Dustin Cooper at the 15, who took that in from the skip pass of Paddy Owens at number 10. They had a plan with that first possession, didn't they? Made it look a little bit easy. I think Boston's probably settling in, calling that one a little bit of a trick. Ready to go. That was a nice fast start for the Wolfhounds. As we were saying, these two teams have a lot of history. Boston Rugby Football Club has been, in action since the 1960s. Boston Irish Wolfhounds have only been in action since 1989. However, these two have a special history. When in 1996, Boston Rugby Football Club merged with their arch rivals, the Beacon Hill Rugby Football Club. A lot of the old boys didn't like the merger. About half of them came down here to the Irish Wolfhounds. Before that time, the Irish Wolfhounds were a D3 team, strictly D3. When the Beacon Hill guys came down here, they made a pretty immediate leap right up to the D1. And before you know it, in the mid-2000s, they were part of the Super League, just right alongside Boston. Their rivalry's never been better than it was at that time. Today started off with a bit of an old boys matchup, which is always classic between these two. A lot of guys from back in the day, not quite back in the day to the 60s, but they've got a lot of history with each other. It was a fun morning. Here we come again. Boston kicking off second time, same situation to the pack. This time they get a little bit of a bounce. Looks like number 20 pulled that one down. So here come the Wolfhounds. Sean Tracy at scrum half. He's pulling that out. He gets a nice one straight off to his flanker. Now we got Kerry Llewellyn shifting in there at the 10 spot. Met Harden, the inside centers here. Now Boston's going to switch it back the other way. They're going to try a lot of that channel 1, channel 2, it looks like so far. Just trying to set a platform. Nice high ball though. Got some spirited rucking going on there. And we've got a penalty, back 10 to the Wolfhounds. I think that Sean Tracy's looking at a free kick here. Boston's chosen to go for points. Kicking duties today by the man, Richie Lobb. This is an exciting situation for the Rugby Football Club. They got Richie Lobb back this week. He's been out a few weeks with a concussion. Back in 2014, or just last year actually, the spring of 2015, This is American Rugby had an article positing that Richie Lobb was second to only AJ McGinty as a fly half in the American Premiership. So Boston Rugby is very glad to have this fellow back. He's a New Zealander, and he does a lot of good stuff with them. They're pretty happy to have him back. Let's see who did us here. Looks straight and true. So we have got a match. We've got both teams on the board, both teams looking to go. It's a 5-3. So now we're going to get our first shot at the Wolfhounds kickoff. See what kind of a plan we got set up here. That's Paddy Owens doing the kicking duties for the Wolfhounds. And he's going to try that right side. That was a nice take over there by the back. Side center number 13, taking that up. That's Colin Yip, another returning starter. Gentleman was out for a little while. They're glad to have him back. They said to watch out for him with ball in hand. He's got a couple of special moves for us today. Another free kick to Boston. Looking for touch. Well down the ways, just a bit past midfield, not quite to the 20. Going to have a line out to the Wolfhounds here. It doesn't look like it was as well a kick as I had hoped. We're going to set up right at midfield. This will be Andrew McCann. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is Boston's throw. Pat Rockwell, Pat Rockwell, the hooker for Boston. He is actually currently a Boston College player. His coach, Tony Purpura, is the number 3 for Boston Rugby, so they've got a special bond going on in the pack with Boston. Got a nice ruck. That looks like Corey Newton, number 22. Another spirited ruck. Bit of a try to poach there. We got a knock from Boston. It's going to be a scrum down to the Wolfhounds. And we can with the throwing duties again. Bit of deception, nice deep toss. Well done by the Wolfhounds here. They got spread on the run with the number 8 here. Got some good angles coming in from the Wolfhounds so far. Not quite as dazzling as their first play was off here on the wing, but I think Boston has settled in a little bit. There's a nice inside move by the number 7 there, Garret Austen for the Wolfhounds. He sets up another ruck, and it looks like they've got an overload starting to come on the right. Paddy Owens brings it back inside to set another ruck right on top of his boys. And we've got a penalty. This is going to be a Boston penalty. Collapsing. Another free kick to Richie Lobb. So about the same as last time. Once more from the midfield. Boston Rugby versus Boston Irish Wolfhounds. As I said, both these teams are both looking for their first win in the ARP and in D1. Trying to finish the season off with a little bit of pride with their inter-city rivalry. Boston Rugby takes that nicely off the top. We've got a screen pass here to the inside center, and he's got a little bit of a move. Misses his 13, skips through. Wing takes that back in. Takes a hard tackle, but looks like Rugby. Oh, Wolfhounds turned that. This one is a penalty to the Boston Rugby Football Club again, though. A little bit of knocks happening. Common occurrence in the overcast. It's technically dry, but the ball's a little bit dewy, ground's a little bit wet. Just from being in New England with the humidity. We have another scrum down here to Boston. Sean Tracy coordinating with Richie Lobb over here, getting their play set. Pretty solid looking scrum. Both sides playing straight. That's Greg Magnuson coming down with the ball. Number 5, Dave Prell with another reset off the pick and go. Playing a lot of short ball here off Tracy. Now he's going to get one off to Lobb. Lobb's going for the up and under. And we got Shea Morales challenging nicely. He was taken out, looks like. No, and there is a penalty by the ref. He was not allowed to challenge in the air. It's an advantage to the Boston Rugby Football Club. And not called, not called.
Good job, Marcus. Good hustle.
We'll take that back to the play in the air.
Good hustle, Marcus.
Boston Rugby's got a shot here to mount a little bit of offense. Taking a scrum. No. Guess he's going back to the knock, as opposed. Wolfhounds ball.
Weight down, Tony. Up you go, Barrett.
This is Dale Harris, scrum half for the Wolfhounds, putting the ball in. Number 8, going to take that one. It's Tom Walsh. Nice driving ruck here for the Wolfhounds.
10.
Collapsing, looks like collapsing them all. It's a not releasing call. There's Patty Owens putting the ball where he wants it, within striking distance inside the 22. Another long one out for the line out. Wolfhounds like getting it out to their flankers, deep into the possession. A solid ruck here, off to the fly half into the center. Met well by the center, Shane Morales. Boston's going to go back the other way. Fly half with a skip pass out to Tom Walsh again. That was Garret Austen. Now we're going out to the wing. Well contested, but Wolfhounds keep it in bounds. There's a little dummy move. Another skip pass, this time 15 can't quite corral that. Dustin Cooper had to reach back for that pass. Another free kick to the Wolfhounds. They're going to go for points. This will be Patty Owens' first attempt at goal, other than the conversion that he did not connect on. Chance to go back up by 5. Patty Owens puts that one through. Score is 8-3. So our referee today is coming to us from Argentina. He's on an exchange program with the New England Rugby Referee Society. And his name is Jason Mola. He's calling a pretty clean game. Shane Morales again challenges, does not go down with it. Wolfhounds collect. Wolfhounds set a platform. Here come the Wolfhounds. Again to Patty Owens. He's going to go up and under. We've got a nice chase here by the inside center, but Richie Lobb's going to be there for it. Takes it in, sets a platform. Wolfhounds are challenging. That ball pops up wildly. Off to the inside center, that's Shane Morales. He gets taken down quick. And we got another chance for Richie Lobb and the boys. Wolfhounds have a forward in the back line there. He's going to take it right in. Back out again. We've got scrum half out in the lines. That's Kieran Llewellyn again. Out to the outside center. That's a good 3-4 phases here for the Boston club. And now they're getting a break. Down along the wing. Little kick and chase. It's a grubber. It stays in bounds. Nice collection by the Wolfhounds, but he runs it out of bounds. That was number 14, Sammy Grant.
Boston line out, Irish 25 meter line. That was good chasing there.
So Boston line out. Right around the 20. Good opportunity here for the set of platform. If they can keep running that phase ball like they were on that last set, picking and choosing their gaps, they have a nice chance here to set up a play. Here comes the number 4 on a big charge. Got met by the number 7 there, but Joe gets the gain line. You got a nice full ruck there for the rugby club. Inside move, nice short ball to Shea Morales. He is fighting people off. He is a load, ladies and gentlemen, and that is a try. That's a nice reach. Shane Morales, he's over here from Santa Monica originally. The guy is a load, and he is quick. He is strong in the air. He's a heck of a player. One of the ODA boys at the Northeast Academy. One of the few to challenge in the air with their mainstay, Sean Rafferty, who is down in New York today playing for Mystic against Old Blue. Shane Morales, he's a young man, but he is a load, like I was saying. That's a nice finish for him. It's a nice short ball move there, too. Don't see a lot of short ball. And a nice line, collapsed that gap, left the defender with 2 decisions. Richilab looking for a conversion here for his second kick of the day. That's straight and true as well. Those New Zealanders know how to kick. That gives Boston their first lead of the day. That's 10-8. And we got a pretty even match so far. It's a little bit of back and forth. Looking good. Picking up a little bit of the verbiage from the boys here. Giving each other some pep, some direction. Again in the air, Shea Morales again challenging in the air, again not coming up with it though. Wolfhounds look like they've got possession of that. Nice strong ruck. And Dale Harris is going to get that right out to the 10. Easy into the inside center. Here comes that 15 again. There's that outside move they tried at the early part of the game. This time it was met pretty quickly by the 15, Kerry Llewellyn for the Boston Rugby Football Club. We're going to have a scrum down to the Wolfhounds over here. Nope, free kick. Looks like Mr. Owens wants to kick for points from the corner. A little bit tougher kick, but the man seems pretty confident. He's 1 for 2 so far today. Takes a good long look at it. Gives it a shot. That is wide and short. Here come Richie Lobb with his boot, taking it out of the deep. This is right at us. That ball is straight out. And Wolfhounds are going to let that one ride. That's a plenty good kick there, this time by Richie Lobb. Yeah. Here come the Wolfhounds with their next line out. Boston looks like they're ready for it. Again with the deep one, not challenged. This one goes over everybody's head, and now Boston has collected that. A little bit of pick, and he's going to charge down. You get a nice little ruck again. Here goes Sean Tracy out to the number 5. That is Dave Prell. Another solid ruck. Sean Tracy again. This time inside Marcos Flegman. Marcos Flegman is a Mexican international player. He's here doing his best with the big side. Boston's glad to have him in their ranks. He's a mean player. Free kick to Richie Lobb again. Not sure what the infraction was there. Looks like we're going to go for points once more. A lot more kicking going on in the American rugby situation than there used to be. It's a good sign. Points are points. 3 points at a time. 2 3-pointers are more than one try. Richie Lobb so far perfect on the day. 1 conversion and 2 penalties. Going for his 3rd penalty. There's another, ladies and gentlemen. Man knows what he's doing. Score is now 13-8 in favor of Boston. Wolfhounds started off quick. Boston has been pretty methodical setting platforms, multi-phase rugby. Wolfhounds are sticking with them with their options at kick. Paddy Owens with the kickoff once again. Shane Morales again challenges. This time he does come down with it. The man is in the air every time. So it's a nice heavy platform for Boston. Sean Tracy takes his time, goes with the box kick up and under. Boston with a decent chase, that's carry the well. No, that's number on the chase. But Wolfhounds collect. This is number 9, Dale Harris, is going to go off to the right. He's got Paddy again. Paddy's going to take it up himself this time. And we get a nice little ruck here for the Wolfhounds. Challenged very well. That looks like the ball was poached. That was collapsed. Richie Lobb again. So I think we see what This Is American Rugby was saying last spring. Infractions from within 50, and Richie Lobb is looking to make you pay. Boston's got to be loving it.
Go, boys, looking good.
There we go. Straight and true one more time. That is 3 penalty kicks for Richie Lobb now. 1 conversion. It's 11 points on the day for the man, Richie Lobb from New Zealand. Boston told us to be, they were glad he was coming back, and I can see why. Like I said, makes you pay, no infractions. Wolfhounds are going to have to get smart about what they're doing on defense, at least inside their half. Just going to go a little bit closer in. They don't want Shane Morales challenging up in there again. That was Dave Prell taking that ball down. Boston kicks in return. Number 15 for the Wolfhounds, Dustin Cooper collects, brings it back up. Wolfhounds looking to set a platform, and they have it. Shane Morales challenges that scrum half, makes the pass a little bit loose. Boston was able to close the door as well, pushing up on that defense. Wolfhounds still retain. They're going to come out to the fly half. He's got his number 8 there with him. The challenge is strong, but he's met well. Stu Abbott takes it in. And now we're into another ruck going back the other direction. Now we've got a reverse ball inside to number 5. That's Adam Thomas. And Wolfhounds look like they're setting up multiple phases. Rugby, Boston is still looking to close that door on that wide. They learned their lesson early on in this one. They're not giving them that wide ball anymore. And we have another penalty here. It'll be a scrum down to the Wolfhounds. Wolfhounds doing some of the dirty work, trying to set some phases up this time. Got a little bit more time with the ball this time. So far the game has been pretty much the opposite, with Boston trying to make big sprints, or with the Wolfhounds trying to make big sprints, and Boston doing a lot of little short ball, multi-phase stuff. Looks like the Wolfhounds are trying to settle into that forward ball as well. So the scrum looks successful for the Wolfhounds. No challenge from the scrum half, but that ball was very loose, and the scrum half from Boston was able to challenge him in the end. So Boston's going to take that around the end. They had a bit of a nice gain line there on the wing. They're going to come back to the left here, and the hooker has got a nice challenge. He's going to drive though. They got a little maul going, brings it to ground, nice set, and Wolfhounds have a nice platform set up here again. Mr. Cooper with the first ball in. That was a steal. The referee is going to call that one back though. Going to play the original penalty all the way back on the other side. I didn't get to see what that call is. Collapsing the maul. pulling them all down. As I said, the hooker went in there early on, had a nice maul going, and it came down. Looked like Boston was in a good position, but they still got the penalty. What we got here is Patty going to take the points? Nope, he's going to set up a platform, try to get deep in. They need some points. Big points, big points. They need their tries. That goes right on the line there. Oh, it was straight out. It was straight out. It was a confusing call by the touch judge there. That's going to be straight out and back. Pretty good effort. He targeted right to that corner, but not quite where he wanted it. Just off. So Boston scrum. Sean Tracy, the scrum half, former college All-American. He's their leader, their captain. He also runs their youth program with the Boston Rugby Football Club. He's a good man. Whistle. Wolfhounds, a little bit of spirit there, but there was a whistle. Just going to reset that scrum straight away. Sean Tracy, the scrum half with the put in. That ball comes straight out the side. And Wolfhounds challenged nicely, but Boston has recovered. Pounced on it. They got full pack there for the ruck. And Sean Tracy's got it out to Richie Lobb. Richie Lobb's going to go for another kick right in our faces. This one's going to stay in bounds though. And there's a nice challenge in the air there by Mr. Cooper. Boston recovers though, takes it. Mr. Cooper drags the man all the way out of bounds. That was a nice 5-meter tackle. He pulled, ripped, rolled. Outside center calling, yep. Taken in touch. Wolfhound throw. A lot of shouts. We got a forward in here with us who might be able to pick off their calls. They've got some number calls coming. Looks like a channel looking for number 6 again. So far, every line out they've had has gone deep. This one's a short one, no challenge. And they got a nice clean ball out to the fly half. There's a nice little inside move again with the blocker. Coming into the centers, down for a second phase. Now the pick and go by the scrum half. He's going to take it along. He's got that little Sonny Bill type pass there. It works for him though to the wing, back inside to the 13. They've got another long break, and that looks like a scoring play. Indeed. Wolfhounds with another 5 points. They're back in it, keeping it close. Two teams look to be on even legs here, as their standings points would suggest. It's a back and forth affair. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get. Maybe we'll try to get a game.
A little bit, yeah.
Trying to get a Boston game. Yeah. All right. Absolutely. Later.
Goodbye to Francisco. Say goodbye to Francisco.
Bye. Take it up, Leon.
Enjoy Ohio. I cannot imagine. I'd stay in Argentina.
There is no physical way to enjoy Ohio.
If somebody was like, would you like to live in Argentina or Ohio? I would say Argentina.
I didn't get a choice. So, yeah.
Let's go, Boston. Make the tackle.
Let's carry Llewellyn with the kicking duties on the kickoff. Looks like that was taken originally by the Wolfhounds. I think the Boston took that back though. That is going to be a Wolfhounds throw in though.
We should work out on that way. Well, after this line out.
So here we come, ladies and gentlemen, Wolfhounds with the throw with a nice wide ball. That is a knock on. Shea Morales forcing the knock on in that tackle. There's Colin Yip battling for a little bit of yardage, setting the platform for his Boston boys. Sean Tracy gets it out. This is Richie Lobb. He's got a couple of dancing moves. Long legs, though. He didn't have quite enough steps. Sean Tracy again, this time out to Marcos Flegman. He is met hard by the number 22 for Boston, for the Wolfhounds. That looks, should be Dan Hoff. Got a pretty solid platform here. Boston's still in possession of the ball, though. And Richie Lobb pushed that through on a grubber. He's got a chase by the wing down here. That's number 14, Gideon Ballack. He's a Canadian. Wolfhounds kick back out. Richie Lobb is there for the sweep. Gives it over to Kerry Llewellyn. He gets another up and under. This time he is chasing his own ball. Here comes Mr. Cooper with a little back and forth ping pong style. This one's going to bounce. Richie Lobb is going to keep that from going out. He's going to try his line. He's got a couple of Irish Wolfhounds on him, but he is making some moves. He puts another grubber on the ground, gives it back to the Wolfhounds. Number 7 picks up, sets a platform. The Wolfhounds are in a nice attacking position. Here comes Paddy Owens. He goes another up and under. This is like watching England. And this time the Canadian pulls it down. Yep.
Hey, you doing well?
All right. So we went back to the original penalty there, and the Wolfhounds are going to have a little easier kick this time. He puts it down where he wants it, down around the 5-meter line.
Onside around the roof, Boston. Come on.
I'll be picking up a little bit of sound of Boston's coach today.
Finish it early. Finish it
What's his last name? What was his last name? So today we have an assistant coach doing the duties. His name is Nigel. Mike Diamantopoulos is out on other business.
Go, Boston.
So we got a free kick again to the Wolfhounds. He's going to put it out again, set up another line out. Line out to the Wolfhounds. Got a huddle going on. They're going to come out with a new play possibly this time. They've tried a number of lineouts over the top. We're successful with that early. Started to get a loose in the throw as the game wore on. Went short last time. See what they have here. They huddled up. You'd expect a nice little platform here. Here comes the throw. Taken nicely. Boston's not even going in the air right now. They're preferring to stay down and challenge those mauls. Wolfhound's getting a little bit of a gain line with that maul. Still right there for the taking. That's a little pick and go that's not going anywhere. Boston's playing a nice low grind. Another pick and go, tries to go over the top like Walter Payton. He's not. The referee does not like that. Off his feet. Not be off your feet. Argentina, the ref from Argentina, he's likes his techniques. A few calls for technical issues. It's a clean game though with it. So this is Richie Lobb for Boston. He's going to get the free kick. Try to get some breathing room for Boston Rugby. Richie Lobb, number 10. Here we go. Another line drive kick. Not quite as deep as you might have liked, but it is a little bit of breathing room just inside their 22. Another throw. This time Boston challenged well by the Wolfhounds number 5 there. He got a hand on that, and that is now a Wolfhounds ball. Number 7 takes it in, sets the platform. Was not wrapped. He gets a little bit of a roll. The referee calls him playing it off his feet. The referee liked that tackle. So you can bring it back for a line out? Was that not straight was the call, I guess.
Patience, Boston. Good job. Hold on to the ball.
All right. going to be a Boston put in. Not quite sure what the call was on that line-out penalty. Perhaps it was collapsing the lines, pulling the lines too close. That ball got out, got away from the number 8. Richie Lobb collects, but he is under much pressure. They're going to drive him down. They're trying to drive him back over that line. They've got him right down around the 5-meter line. That's going to be Boston ball. That's Sean Tracy putting the up and under. And that one is right out. Still back to the breathing room that they want. Just past the 22 this time. That was a nice up and under. That was a nice box kick for Sean Tracy.
No penalty. George over the top, Devin.
Here come the Wolfhounds with their throw. Going for another long one. This time, again, it gets away. The throw's getting a little bit loose on the Wolfhounds this time. That's Kerry Llewellyn taking that ball up and in. And looking for a challenge there. Wolfhounds are all over that. That ruck is still challenged. Looks like it's possibly lost.
Not even the tackle.
It's going to be Boston put. Did not like the angle of that ruck for the Wolfhounds. Opposite of that. Yep, it's got the Wolfhounds put.
Big push, boys.
Ball's nice and easy to the number 8. Number 8's going to take that up. He's got a nice little gain line.
Back and work now.
Driving people with him. Oh, man, he had a nice little offload to the number 6, but that was a knock. That was Alex Verdager with the knock on number 6 for the Wolfhounds with the knock on his first attempt with the ball. Scrum down Boston. So plays kind of settled into this quadrant of the field here. Had our turn at ping pong. Now we got our time at getting your fitness back. A lot of loose penalties, loose balls. That scrum was well contested. The hooker was not able to bring it back. It's going to be the Boston Wolfhounds ball. Patty Owen's going to go for the free kick. Try to pin him again. Pinning him down deep. Wolfhounds throw again. See if their scrum half, their hooker Andrew McCann can get a better throw this time. He's doing well early, but he's missed his last 2. Once again to the back of the line out. This time it's taken well by the number 5. He's trying to maul, but it looks like Boston has turned that around. Brought it down cleanly, and there's number 7 picking and going. He's fending off like a man. He's got number 3 there. And now the forwards for the Boston have collected him. But Wolfhounds are setting a platform. They're going with another pick and go. That one's got a nice little gain line. Another pick and go here for another flanker. That ball is challenged. There's a lot of hands in the ruck, but this time the Wolfhounds have got it out to the fly half. Here's a cheeky little inside move. Not advised, not well advised. They've lost a little bit of ground, but they did collect it back. And again with another pick and go. Another pick and go. The Wolfhounds are going to be playing a little bit of power. Scrum half definitely wants to get it out. And Patty Owens is trying to fend off. He's trying to set up a maul there with the flanker. Gets a little bit of a gain line. Not the guy you want leading the maul, but that's all right sometimes when you get the pressure. Now we got another driver there with the flanker pressing the ball carrier in. Now to the 12, skips past to the number 8. These guys like to run with their power players. That's a nice inside ball to the 13. Wolfhounds have scored. Wolfhounds going to take the lead with that one. It's 18-16. Definitely a makeable kick for Patty Owens. Yep, he's going to take it as deep as he can get it out to the 20. Clean up that angle. I believe this is the first chance he's had to take it from this angle. He's had the ball on the other foot most of the way. That was made by Patty Owens. That gives the Wolfhounds a 20-16 lead. This game is back and forth. Good first half so far, both teams.
Come on, boys.
All right, let's snort the Percocet. Hey, is the volume on that thing?
Get a picture of that.
It is. It is, ladies and gentlemen. The volume is on.
Big time tonight.
Shane Morales again with the streaking challenge. This time the Wolfhounds, they were very well on the ball. This ball is out wide to the Patty Owens. He reverses it. He's going to look for touch. Nice high ball. Not going to get touch. Taken well by the 14. Wolfhounds are on him. And that's going to set a nice little platform. They got a penalty coming. Not rolling away, possibly.
Get a little too close there. You're agile, but I'm not so sure the camera.
So Richie Love finally getting another shot at kick here. And he's going to try to make you pay every time with any penalty. Wolfhounds are doing a good job of pinning them down deep there and not allowing Boston to set up any platforms. Boston sets up a small platform here, and first chance they get a penalty, and Richie Love's going to go for points again. He's perfect on the day so far. This is probably his most difficult kick on the day, though. Taking a good long look from both angles, drawing the imaginary line. Just a little lead up. That might not have the distance. That is right at the post. Adam Cooper's going to take that, and he's going to put it straight out. So second half just about to start, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Boston Irish Wolfhounds coming out of their nice locker room facilities. You can see from the ground up, they did a nice little run up, nice little warm up the hill. It's a great facility the Irish Cultural Center has over here. They got locker rooms, they got the pub, they got the tent, they got the kitchen. It's a good place to watch an ARP match.
Let's go, Boston.
Beautiful trees this time of year. A little bit overcast. Perfect weather though. Not too cold, not hot. Makes it a little bit easier on the boys. We should have a lot of spirit still left in the end of 80. So second half just about underway. Patty Owens is going to do the duties, get the ball started for the Wolfhounds.
Star ball. You know where it's going.
Boston's ready to answer.
Walk for the man. 15.
And Patty Owens with the kick. Nice high ball. We got a challenge coming in. Wolfhounds take that one. It goes with a knock. And he's going to play on. Boston's got the kick here up and under for Sean Tracy. That's a nice challenge for number 5. It's got to be, Devin. Devin Ibanez. He's wearing the number 5. He's actually the number 7. I'm getting him wrong all day. It's Devin Ibanez, the number 5, playing the flanker position at number 7. So we got Wolfhounds putting the scrum here with another knock. A couple knocks back and forth. A little bit sloppy, but hopefully under control. So that's a nice, solid scrum there by Boston, but the Wolfhounds are able to put it back. Patty Owens puts a pretty deep kick over there. There's nobody covering that corner as number 11 for the Boston Rugby Football Club. David Kohler was pinching up to watch the weak side. So that was Richie Lobb with the sweep again, putting the ball back into midfield. He does not like to play inside his own 22. And so here we come again with the Wolfhounds. This time it's stolen by Boston. And that is jumped on by Tony Purpura, the number 3, wearing a number 22 jersey. It's probably the only big enough one they got. And that ball still belongs to the Boston Rugby Football Club. A little bit of a challenge. Wolfhounds are reaching over hard. And there's the ruck to finally finish that off. The referee's letting that one go. And we got Sean Tracy with another box kick. This ball hangs in the air quite a while. Forward kind of lost touch on it. Wing challenge, but it was a Wolfhounds ball at first. Wolfhounds ball is to go. And Wolfhounds looked like they got a little bit of an overload here. Number 12 dummies the inside move, takes it outside, beats the bad tackle by Colin Yip. That was a high ball. Kerry Llewellyn with a nice steal though. And here comes the Canadian. Here comes the Canadian wing. He's coming to go with the grubber. Paddy Owens though covers well. I think that is off of the Wolfhounds, and that's going to be a Boston throw-in. That was a nice exchange right there. Well done by Gideon Ballack, the Canadian. He is also a returning player. They've been missing for a few weeks. He had been playing center while one of the other gentlemen, Colin Yip, was missing. So here we go, scrum down time for the Wolfhounds playing inside their own 22. You know, any penalties here, and Mr. Lopp is going to make them pay once again. The Wolfhounds are going to be looking to get out of here nice and clean and set themselves on the run. It's a pretty solid scrum on both. Out to Hattie. He's got a nice hands ball here to the inside center. He's going to collect it though and take it straight down. Here comes the platform. Patty is calling for some ball here. He's going to get the kick. He's going to put it on a nice line drive, forcing it back, and he does get the bounce. That is a nice play by the Wolfhounds fly half. That was a good kick. That's what you want. Relieves the pressure, puts the ball back on the back foot of Boston.
Patience in the game. Good job, Boston. Patience in the game.
Now we're going to have throw in here to Boston. They have not had a lot of throw-ins this game. Most of the throw-ins have been owned by the Wolfhounds. Boston's been with ball in hand quite a bit more. So you do with this is the Boston College kid, Pat Rockwell with the throw. And that was challenged very well by the lock of the Wolfhounds. He has been all over the lineouts. I don't think Boston wants to play many lineouts with that guy getting that kind of leap. His name is Adam Thomas, number 5. Pretty good lock combination. Peter Lennon, the number 4. Adam Thomas, the number 5 for the Wolfhounds. They've been high up in the air. That was another big challenge in the air with the ball. That was Cooper for the 15 for the Wolfhounds. He was in the air playing the ball though, so that was not a foul play. Paddy Owens with the sweep has collected the ball. He's tackled in by Colin Yop. Wolfhounds back, so looking to get some rucks. They got a prop up in there to help him out with it. A lot of dirty rucking going on though. That ball is very loose. Boston has turned it, and Sean Tracy is right there. He has a little hand in the ruck, but he gets it away. That's Marcos Flegman. He's looking for an inside ball, but he's not going to get one. He's going to put it back to the ground. Sean Tracy back out again to Mr. Lobb. Mr. Lobb is going to go with another up and under. He likes that ping pong. And this ball is challenged by Mr. Cooper, the fullback for the Wolfhounds. That's a knock. Referee's going to let it play on. It's Kerry Llewellyn. He's going to bring it up. He's got to Colin Yop with the bad hands once again. And then it's Shane Morales collecting, but they are going to take it back for the original penalty. Coop, I'll follow you. Yep, so this is more like we're used to seeing in this inner city rivalry. There's a bit of chippiness starting to come up. A lot of trash talk coming between the players. A little bit of pissiness, a little bit of scrummaging. A little bit of argy-bargy. Nothing dangerous, just a little bit more spirit. We're into the second half. We've had about enough of the, niggly stuff, and it's just growing just a little bit. So here we go, Boston with Wolfhounds with the put. It's coming out straight, but Boston definitely put a nice challenge in this. Paddy Owens again, he looks for a skip ball, and he gets it back to the fullback, Mr. Cooper. He's got a lot of leg, he's got a lot of room, he's got a lob on the inside. Colin Yip makes a nice tracking tackle. Boston Wolfhounds has set up a platform. It took a while to get their men there, but they did. Another big ruck. That was a 13, Shane Morales with the challenge on the ruck, but the Wolfhounds still retained the ball. Number 8 just took a nasty penalty. Looks like that hurt his leg, and the referee is going to call a penalty to Boston.
Patience on it. Good job.
He's calling for a scrum, but that looks like we're going to need a physio. That was a pretty twisting tackle down on the backside of the leg there, and you saw him wince right off the bat. That's the number 8, Tom Walsh for the Wolfhounds, who's on the ground. He's been a pretty active player. He likes to take that ball out of the back of the scrum. He's been active in the line out as well. They got some rangy fellas with these Wolfhounds. Number 5, Alan Thomas. Number 4, Peter Lennon. And number 8 there, Tom Walsh. So we're going to take a little physio break here, get a little water out to the gentleman, a little calming of the nerves, a little strategic powwow there for the Boston Rugby Football Club. A little stretch. We will see what's going on for Tom Walsh. He does not look like he's in the position to get back up and walk it off. Holding his head, not looking like a happy camper. That was a pretty twisting motion that he came down on. Getting checked out by his opposite number there. Sean Tracy, captain for Boston, coming to see what the damage might be. Do a little chatting with the ref, make sure he knows what to communicate to the boys, as a good captain should. Trying to see across the field if we've got any of the Wolfhounds warming up, ready to come in to replace Mr. Thomas, or Mr. Walsh there. Looks like he's starting to move around a little bit better. They're checking it out. They got the boots off. You're going to give it a little test, see if how bad that sprain might be. Socks off. It's good work by the physio. It's looking more like an ankle than anything. That's a good sign. I'd rather have an ankle down than a knee. Going to try to put some pressure on it. Not sure yet who the replacement would be if they bring it in. Well, there's a gentleman warming up. That might be the Frenchman, Flo Servan, I believe, is going to be the replacing player in the back of the scrum there, number 8. No, I was thinking it was the guy who's wearing the number 6, the short guy, bald guy. Was he already on? Has he been the 6th the whole way? Looks like he's going to stay on anyway. He's got his boots back on. A little bit of the magic water spritz on the ankle. He's going to give it another go. He's a little bit tight, but he's going to give it another go. That's a nice little break for everybody. Well done, Wolfhounds. He's going to go right back to it. The man does not want to come off. We'll see if he's still got the push. The back of that scrum. So that ball is in, and that ball is out. Number 8 for the Boston team picks and goes, gives it to the inside center, Shane Morales. That's a nice little 2-man ruck. And Sean Tracy with another boss kick. That ball is staying up in the air quite a while. The wing challenges, but does not really challenge on the ball. He lets the man come down. The Wolfhounds are going to retain that. It was a decent looking chase by the wing, but he did not challenge. He let the man come down with the ball. He was about a step and a half too slow. Now Patty Owens is going to put him down back in their own end. He gets the line. So pinning them back in their own end. That's how the Wolfhounds were able to get back into the lead at the late stages of that first half. Looks like they're going to try to set those platforms once again. Taking those free kicks into the corners. Going to have a throw, same throw set up. Let's see what Mr. McCann can do with his throws. He's had a few good ones and a couple of loose ones. Not a lot of movement this time. That's a nice short ball. They're going to try to set up a maul. That ball was taken right down by Tony Porpora, though. Stolen by the Boston Rugby Football Club. That ball's picked and go. They got a nice solid ruck platform there. Back out to Mr. Lob. That's Shea Morales. He's going to challenge some people straight away. He's got some leg. And that is a ruck by Mr. Lob, the fly half with the ruck over. That's Sean Tracy coming out to Mr. Llewellyn. And that's going to be a nice challenge. The Wolfhounds are trying to hold him up, but he gets it down. Back out Sean Tracy again. This ball to the number 7 there, wearing the number 5, Ibanez, and he's going to set up another ruck. Richie Lob is now in position to get that big clearing kick. Mr. Cooper is right on time, though. He knew where that was coming, and he collects it. Does not get the mark. He puts it right back down the center as well. This is Richie Lob's turn to return fire. He's going to do a little bit of a dance. He's going to spin it out to Colin Yop. Colin Yop's got some room. Colin Yop's got a little bit of a head. He's trying to make a move down as it comes down silently. Cooper, the fullback for the Wolfhounds, makes a nice tracking tackle, but Rugby looks like they should have retained that. Might have been turned over in the end. No, Boston does retain it. They have a little bit of a short ball to Lob, gets it out to Evan Ibanez again, playing out there in the centers with the as a flanker, and he's going to try to set up another platform here. Wolfhounds are trying to hold him up well. That's a dirty looking ruck. Boston's retaining possession. They take a pick and go. There's a penalty against the Wolfhounds. Boston's going to have ball, and you know what that means. Here comes the kicking tee. That's what it means. Richie Lob going for 3 more. Makes a difference in the game having kickers that can always put points on the board. Really does. Not necessarily an American tradition by any means. A lot of people like the running game a lot more, which there's always good running to be had. If you can get points, though, they are points. Richie Lob with a very makeable kick from his standards. This is the longest wait up to the kick that we've seen Richie Lob. He hasn't taken a lot of time on most of his kicks. He lines them up pretty true. That one's not even in question. So Boston has pulled back within 1. It's been still some back and forth in the early stage of this second half, although there was not much scoring yet. Boston now with 3 more points back within 1. One of the heads of the referee society here is definitely paying attention to this game, watching how the Argentine does. Kick off by Patty Owens, nice and high. And number 8 for the Boston Rugby Football Club takes that down, Colin Waters. And another returning kick. That fullback for the Wolfhounds is pretty well up off in the air. He knows what he's doing back there as a sweeper. Collects it nice and easy under pressure and gives it to his teammates. And now they've got a ruck platform started right around midfield. Here comes Patty Owens with the ball right back to the fullback. He gets an interesting little offload to the outside center, who's got some moves trying to pull it back in. He's in position for a nice little ruck for his lock. And he's got a little extra platform there with another wing stepping into the ruck. And now they've got the ball nice and far out wide. This is how they scored early on. And this guy's got to move on the inside. He's got an interesting lane. And a forward pass ruins that. They had some nice momentum picking up. It's going to be a scrum down to Boston. once again. Yep.
That's right, there's a ban on that. That's very true. It's it bondage. I mean, it's just bondage. The other team avoiding the bondage. They're going to have to look at how to address that.
Ball is in, challenged by the Wolfhounds, but out to the side by the Boston club. Sean Tracy had to jump on that himself. Setting up a nice little puck. Devin Ibanez is going to take that straight off the ground, take it in. Another ball for Marcos Flegman there. He's taking it straight off the ground and in. He's got a nice little pick. There goes the ball out wide to number 10, Richie Lobb. He's going to get a nice high ball. That is straight out. Relieves the pressure once again. Boston's going to want to mount a little bit of an attack here. Relieving the pressure to midfield wasn't serving their purpose very well at the end of that first half. They don't want to get in that pattern once again. They're going to want to get that ball much deeper next time. Throw out to the Wolfhounds. Number 5 takes it off the top, out to the scrum half. He gives it to the number 6. Number 6 comes in with some pretty good heat. That's Alex Verdager.
We have Dustin. Where's he gone? In the side and on the
Yeah, that ball is stolen by Boston. The lock there was definitely coming in the side, trying to challenge that ball back. The referee's going to call that one. Now they're going to have a free kick. Richie Lobb's going to try to relieve a little bit more pressure. And hopefully get a little bit deeper if Boston wants to get out of their own end. They did not like playing with their backs to the wall. Good looking kick from this angle. And
Patience now, Boston.
touch judge is giving it right back to him at midfield though.
Territory.
Still at midfield, still at midfield, still at midfield. So again, these two teams are pretty evenly matched. A lot of ball going on in between the 22s. First quarter of the second half. That ball was won by Boston Rugby. And now number 4, Marcos Flegman, takes it off of the first pass. Sets a platform. That number 6 is challenging hard. What he did was coming to the side. He did not get the call that they wanted. Richie Lobb's going to take that in himself. Number 13 with the ruck over platform. Sean Tracy comes out wide to the other number 4. And that ball is laid out nicely for him. Nice clean ball. That's Kerry Llewellyn in the fly half position. And that is another ruck, one for the Boston Rugby Football Club. Sean Tracy's out to Richie Lobb. He's going to go inside ball to Marcos Flegman. Marcos Flegman's got a little push. And that ball is held up a little bit. That's a nice challenge by the Wolfhounds. It's going to be a scrum down Wolfhounds ball. What's the gentleman's name who just came in? Rob Grant. Thank you, sir. That's number 16, Rob Grant, making a substitution.
Hey, big push, boys!
Looks like he is going to be the lock on the opposite side of where we are standing.
Up, Barry, come on, boy.
Wolfhounds with the put. Nicely out the back. Boston is really pushing on that one, though, and they won that. Still comes out to the fly half for the Wolfhounds, though, and he's going to reverse field all the way all on his own. He's got a little bit of help on the weak side wing, and he's got a little grubber kick, goes straight out. It's a pretty good little kick by the Wolfhounds. It's going to be Boston ball. Oh, they're going with the quick throw here. Shane Morales is right in the center. He's going to go over here to Kerry Llewellyn. Kerry Llewellyn's going to carry it up, but they did get a whistle after all of that. Interesting loose play. That was a nice direct throw to the number 5, Dave Prell. Dave Prell sets that for a little bit of a maul there. And the new man, Mr. Grant, steps right into the back of that. He's going to carry the ball in with that mark. And they have a nice, solid maul happening here. Wolfhounds are pulling down, and they get the call. That was a nice little setup for Boston. That was well done with the maul. Led in the front by the front row. You know, handled well in the middle. That was like a scrum turned into a maul. That Tony Perper is a beast of a man to get a lot of solid push out of that guy. Richie Lobb strategizing where he's wanting to put this free kick. He was looking down the center of the field. Looks like he was hoping to see his wing Gideon sitting on down with nice chase. We'll see if they're on par, but looks like he's going to go the other way after all. It's a pretty good looking kick. Once again, the touch judge is going to mark it back another few yards. All right, Boston kick inside of the midfield, trying to set that platform, stay off their backside. Well, so there's a throw actually won by the Wolfhounds. They took that one away. They're trying to get a little bit of pick and go there on the weak side, trying to go right over the top, another pick and go. That's a pretty floppish looking ruck right there. Now we got Patty Owens here. He puts a little dummy move on, but he's not going to get the ball away on his foot. He's going to get taken down himself. He's still rolling through though. The tackle was not called. Now it's called. Now we got the ruck. Now we got the scrum half out there coming out to the centers, coming out wide to the fullback. He's got a man out wide, but that is not a great pass. That's not a great take. Number 11 is trying, and he is challenged well, of course, by Shane Morales. Oh, Richie Lobb did not like something going on there. He wants that ball quickly. A little bit of extra garbage going on here on the sideline. That's Danny Collins, the number 11 for the Wolfhounds, with his first action of the day. I haven't remembered his name yet. So the referee's having a little bit of conference here with the captains. Trying to settle things down a little bit. I'm sure he didn't like that. A little bit of extra aggro there on the sideline. Dean's coming back. All right, boys, settle down. The captain's orders. Here we go with another throw. So I believe that we have had this little gentleman here throwing in wrong all day. He's wearing a number 4. I thought that was Marcos Flegman, but that is actually Pat Rockwell. Gets a little dicey in American rugby with the wrong numbers all over the field, but we make do. So Boston's playing a little bit of their own power game with the pick and goes. Pick and goes again. That's Rockwell, not Flegman. Richie Lobb's going to go for some more points here. Perfect on the day so far.
Well struck.
Well struck again. Straight away, straight in. That's going to give Boston the lead. first of the half. It's going to be 22-20. Boston Wolfhounds do not want to take penalties inside their own end. Oh, there goes a kick.
Put it down there.
Not straight out, on the bounce. It'll be Boston ball inside their own 22. So Tony Popper is going to do the throwing duties on this one, it looks like. No, that's not Popper. No, that's Rockwell again. Sitting on opposite ends now. That's taken by the Wolfhounds scrum half. He's going to set a little platform again. That is taken in by one of their substitutes for the Wolfhounds that snuck in there on that last dead ball. There we come out to Patty Owens. He's got a straight ball to the 12. He's got a straight ball out to the number 8 there, who slid in with the centers. And he's got a ruck opportunity there for the fullback. The fullback rucks it over nicely. And Mr. Harris is going to get it back out to Patty again. Patty's going to make a nice skip ball all the way out to the substitute who just came in. They've got that wing covered, and that is going to be a try to Nagara. Number 6, Verdager. That was a clinical little show, right? That was a nice skip pass, a couple of skip passes to the right, and then right back the other way, a couple of skip passes to the left. Left the Boston boys stuck in the middle. So the Wolfhounds take the lead right back. 25-22, a lot of back and forth. We'll see if Mr. Owens can put another conversion through, make it 27-22 in a true 5-point game. So while both of these teams are actually winless in the ARP and the Division I this year, the Wolfhounds do have 1 point as they scored 4 tries in one of their losses. So they are technically ahead of Boston at the moment. Boston has had a very hard time putting points on the board throughout the ARP season. A lot of that's probably due to not having Mr. Lobb in the action, as he suffered a concussion in week 1. They've put a lot more points on the board today than they have been in most part of the year. Partly due to their competition, but also partly due to having their full complement of players in the back line. So we got a nice little sideline shot right here for you at the midfield.
They're offside. We got to keep an eye on that.
That's going to be Kerry Llewellyn doing the kickoff duties, and he's going to go pretty deep. Shane Morales with another big chase, but there's not nearly enough time for him to get down there. That's the number 2, Mr. McCann for the Wolfhounds. Nicely running over the substitute, Mr. Grant, for the Boston club. And that is the big substitute for the Wolfhounds. He does not have a number. I cannot be sure who that is. And that comes out to the scrum half, who wings it back the other way, or the fly half who wings it back the other way to the fullback. He puts a nice little kick under, but Mr. Gideon is there for the take. He sends it back to the center. That's Richie Lobb again sweeping in. And that ball was straight up. And there's the big substitute for the Wolfhounds. He's been all over the field so far. That might be the Frenchman. Flo Settervan. I'm going to bet that's the Frenchman on that. So once again, they give out ball to the fly half. He puts a big kick, but it was not out. The wing takes it over. He swings it back to Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Llewellyn goes straight out, though. He had a nice try, nice idea. Did not get the touch line that he wanted, though. I think he was hoping for a little bit more chase and a little bit more height on that ball. We're going to have Wolfhounds throw right here in our faces. See if we can pick off what these calls might be.
Numbers, come on. Big steal. Big steal, D. Great. Simbin's over. How many we got? Make sure. We need a match. We got 5 or 6.
So we got some confusion. Looks like they got a gentleman coming back on the field. He was sin-binned earlier. Must have been for that fracas over on the sidelines that we were discussing that the referee has some chatting for.
Alright, this is all you, baby. You probably.
48 Florida, 26, 48 Florida.
I believe that would be Mr. Peter Leonard, who just came back in with the call in the line out. That ball goes straight over, but Mr. number 7 was there waiting nicely. I think that was a planned miss throw. That was number 7, Garret Austen, who's got an inside ball. Another ruck over, and the scrum half gets it out to Mr. Patty Owens. And Boston has a nice line on the defense there. They close the door, but Wolfhounds have a lot of overheat on that side. They get it out to the wing again. The sidelines want a forward call, but they're not going to get one for the ref this time. This is another platform, slow platform, but the Wolfhounds have set up what they want to do. They get a pass off to the number 5. He pushes it off the ground to the number 3. He does get a gain line. And here we go again, this time with a drop goal attempt. The very rarely seen American Rugby Premiership drop goal attempt. We're on the Boston Rugby Club sideline, as you might be able to tell. They were very happy with the missed drop kick attempt. So.
They're driving out every time. Big scrum, boys!
So I think that the receiver on that drop goal attempt, that missed drop goal attempt, knocked the ball on, and that is why we have the Wolfhounds with scrum down here after missing their drop goal attempt. The retrieval by the Boston back 3 there was not clean. Argentine ref gives it back to the Wolfhounds. They get a scrum down. Second attempt here. Boston's scrum is definitely disruptive, but that was a nice pick and go by the Frenchman. He's right on the goal line. Boston Rugby pushes him back, but that pick and go there. It's another one right on the line. There's no call from the ref. He's looking for it. There's a lot of grinding going on underneath. There he's going to give it. Yeah, that goes in. He gave it to him. It's like it took him a little while to turn it over and put it down. The referee finally saw it on the ground. A couple loving taps there. So that's going to take it up to 30-22. Wolfhounds putting a little bit of distance on them, but there's still time. It's only a 8-point game. Going to need 2 tries. Going to need 2 scores at least for Boston to get back in this. Patty Owens looking to make his first kick of the half. He's not been nearly as efficient as his counterpart, Mr. Lobb. The wing, Boston wing, loves to challenge those conversion kicks. He has been out on every single one. Maybe that's why Patty Owens has not been as successful. That one did go through, however. 32-22. It's a 10-point game. Boston needs 2 tries or a try and a converted try with a penalty. Kerry Llewellyn with the short kick. It looks like it's just 10. Challenged in the air nicely by Shane, but the Wolfhounds are going to take that. Scrum half took that down. He's going to spin it wide to the fullback, but Boston's defense was right on him. He still gets the ball away, however, to the wing, who's got another man out there on the corner with him. Challenges well to get a gain line. That ruck was ferocious. And now we've got the Patty Owens fly half with the kick coming right at us here, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Canadian with the knock-on retrieval. That's not what Boston wanted to see. Not happy with himself. As you can imagine, the Wolfhounds are going to get the throw in just inside of the midfield. We're going for another deep throw. It looks like they're going to bring it back in a little bit. This time, Marcos Fleckman. That's Marcos Fleckman, ladies and gentlemen, the Mexican international for Boston with the challenge, and he gets it off And the scrum half gets it away to the little number 5 there. That's Devin Ibanez actually playing 7 with the number 5 jersey. Sean Tracy out to the weak side here. They've got a little bit of a chance, but Gideon Ballack turns it back inside. They've got a slow rut happening. Sean Tracy gets it off. There's one of the Wolfhounds on the deck. He's possibly the man who had the sprained ankle earlier. He's looking like he's favoring that same ankle. This is a pretty solid ruck. That man is not rolling away. Boston is going to get that penalty. It's going to be Sean Tracy. Not sure that the ref understands quite what's up. There we go. Now we're getting the call for the physio. And more water's coming out. We'll check on the number 5. This is number 5. This is not the same man who was down earlier. This will be Adam Thomas. So the locks and the big tall flanker for the big tall flankers, number 7, number 8, number 5, and number 4 for the Wolfhounds. Big tall guys have had a lot of action today, but 2 of them have been on the deck now with looks like ankle injuries. So the referee's going to have that ball playing on. That kick went out of bounds. That was a strategic move by Mr. Lobb there, and the Boston club is going to get the throw just inside the 22. They are in a nice attacking position. Referee is allowing him to take the knee there, while the Wolfhounds, Mr. Dave Thomas, gingerly finds his way either back to the play or off of the field. Looks like the referee is going to ask him to make a decision. He's definitely giving it a little twist, giving it a little push, Rasha. And Mr. Thomas wants to play on. It's man's game, it's man's game. Looking pretty gingerly. Hopefully he's pulling the manualist. No, he is going to take it off. He is going to call himself out. Probably a wiser move. So we've got a substitute coming on for the Wolfhounds here on your right. And that is the number 24, who we don't have listed. So the throw in comes down straight, and the Boston Rugby gets their nice little maul going. He's been pulled down a couple times, but they kept it going. Now it's down. Sean Tracy gets it out to Lobb, gets it out to Shane Morales. He takes on 2 defenders, but they take him down. And Boston is looking at that gain line. They got people flowing over to the right. They're going to try to set up some power moves here at the heavy rucking in the pick. Now they've got plenty of numbers set up in the centers on the left here. Lob out to Ibanez. Ibanez gets challenged early. He brushes one off, takes down to the other. Sean, and that is the new flanker there, Alan Grant, who takes a pick and go. Referee gives the ball back to the Boston. Sean Tracy with the little tap and go. Gets it out to Llewellyn. Llewellyn gets a spin out there to the wing. He is trying to stay in bounds, but he does not. Good job by the Wolfhounds defense of pressing that extra defender on the line. Wing's best friend, the sideline. And now we got another injury. This time it's a man in black. That is a Boston boy. Can't tell from here who that gentleman is. There's definitely a man on the ground. Looks like one of the forwards, one of the front rows. I do see Tony Papura in the lineout, and I do see Mr. Rockwell in the lineout. That was the substitute who came on, Mr. Grant. Should be wearing a 16, but he's wearing a 22. Or he's wearing a 20. Yep, Rob Grant. He's not going to continue. We're going to get another substitution here from Boston. Not sure who that's going to be. Do you gentlemen know who the substitute is? Tattoo guy. One of the Boston old boys refers to him affectionately as Tattoo Guy. All right, back to action. And the Wolfhounds doing some kicking of their own, trying to relieve some pressure, but they do not. Ball is going to stay pinned deep. So, calling back 10 to Boston here, and the Wolfhounds are going to get a little free kick. Boston Irish Wolfhounds lead the game by 10, 32 to 22. They're relieving pressure, trying to keep them Boston boys on their back foot.
You're doing a great job.
Come on now, Boston! Come on now!
So we got to throw to Boston. Kick wasn't quite as good as it looked. They're still well inside the 50, not quite to the 22. That was a funky looking throw, and there is a knock on to Boston. Wolfhound scrum. Looked like a little bit of achy backs going on in that front row. They're standing up a little bit early. That's the Frenchman, or no, that was Verdager, I'm sorry, taking the ball off of the back of the scrum there. That is a gain line maneuver there by number 7. He's looking like he's still got plenty of energy. Here comes Paddy Owens with the clearing kick. That ball is covered well by the wing this time. He is running it back to the center. He's finding Mr. Richie Lobb there in the middle. Puts on a couple of moves. Instead of kicking, he finds Gideon Block out here on the far right. He has a nice little switch to Mr. Yip, and Yip kicks it back to the middle. That is misplayed by the substitute who's back in. The fullback picks it up, gives it back to the sweeping fly half, who puts it back under again. A little bit more ping pong for you, ladies and gentlemen. The wing still has time, has room. Picks it up, brings it back out to Mr. Lobb in the center. The chasing defenders are doing a nice job putting pressure on him and not allowing him to get that boot on the ball. This time the wing, or is that the fullback, Mr. Luan, had to carry it back up. Yep, takes the ball again, and again we see the same play over again. He kicks it back to the inside. Fullback for the Wolfhounds. Going to take that back up. This time he's going to take it up himself. He's not going to put the boot to the ball. A couple of Boston boys with a solid tackle there. Wolfhounds trying to set up a ruck. That's a slow ball out. They've got some numbers here, but they are not looking like they've got a 45-degree angle on that offensive line. It's getting a little bit flat. The fly half here puts the little grubber in. He's going to get pressure pushed down on the corner. This is what the Wolfhounds did late in the first half. Looks like they're trying to build that same kind of game in the second. So throw to the Boston boys. They are pretty deep on that. Now they're going to push in. Our referee doesn't like all the moves in that. Couple too many moves. That is now going to be a Wolfhounds ball in definitely a striking position. Give a little explanation there. We're not picking it up this far away. Scrum down to the Wolfhounds. Either way.
They told me for 15 years you were the MVP.
Yeah. All right, scrum down Wolfhounds. Attacking position. They're 10 points up. They're looking to put a bit of a nail in the coffin here on Boston. Boston needs to capitalize on some of that strategic kicking that they were doing earlier instead of letting the ball take possession back. So Boston does steal that. That's Llewellyn out to Shea Morales. He pins the defender. He gives it back to the next again. That was challenged well by the Wolfhounds. There's no call by the referee. It looks like some loose play there. A couple of knocks that he's not going to call. That is a Wolfhound ball right there. They're going to ruck over, and they've got a pretty good platform looking to set. Skip ball out to the hooker here, who's playing pretty deep in the centers. That's a solid ruck, though, but the ball is loose. They were kicking it along. There's no problem, though. Still a Wolfhounds ball. No. Penalty to the Wolfhounds, and that is the game. Boston was not able to hold on to that lead that they had in the first half. Wolfhounds with the win. That's their first win. That's going to be 4-5. It's going to be a 5-pointer. They got 4 tries. And the classic 3 cheers for the boys. They're disappointed for Boston. They are the spirited bunch. Wolfhounds with theirs. And the classic shaking of hands to end the match between the inner city rivals, old school rivals. Men in green come away with this one, the Boston Irish Wolfhounds, 32-22, tries being the difference. Boston was plenty of kicks, plenty of penalties, had the lead in the first half. Wolfhounds were able to put it away with a solid platform of pinning the Boston club back in their end. And there we go, Wolfhounds getting cheered off the field by their home crowd, heading into the nice warm locker room for their own versions of the cheers. Hello, Ruggles and gentlemen. This is Ryan Trost coming at you at the post-match of the Boston Irish Wolfhounds victory over the Boston Rugby Football Club. I'm here with coach of the Boston Rugby Football Club, Nigel Conroy from Ireland. What was your analysis of how the Wolfhounds were able to pull away?
I think kind of like one of the problems was our penalty counts. We gave away a lot of soft penalties that we could have controlled, that we could have easily not given away. And then obviously they're 10, great kicker, kept us pinned down, kept us under pressure, and they just kind of rumbled a bit and like kept going steady, so they didn't do anything world breaking or anything, but they played good steady rugby. They got a couple of big second rows, putting pressure in lineouts, et cetera, trying to build up pressure on us.
What positives do you take away from this? Your scrum looked pretty good. Tony Papura, solid man.
Scrum turned around. I think in the first half we didn't dominate, and then in the second half we brought it on. It's always been a strong point of ours, so we needed to be a really solid platform for us. Kind of didn't really get the benefit of it from the ref a couple of times, which I feel is a kind of consistent thing in the USA with a dominant scrum's not getting rewarded. A couple of good individual performances, looking at our back row, putting in another great performance, getting some good turnovers, some good work from them. Great to see Richie back and, kicking obviously immense.
Absolutely. 2 more in the ARP, right, with Life coming up and Nyack?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yep.
2 more we got to keep building. We're looking for our first W, so we're hunting, we're trying to build.
There was quite a few players that were back with the team for the first time in a few weeks, right? Richie, a couple of the others.
Yep, in the center, yeah. So it's about that consistency, building relationships and getting fluid, so then things just come naturally rather than are forced, So, we're not making excuses. They played a good game of rugby today. They were good and controlled, ran hard. It was a good solid contest. It was a good game.
All right. Well, congratulations on the solid effort, though.
Yep.
And we wish you best of luck soon.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All the best.
Ryan Trost with Next Level Rugby here with the Irish Wolfhounds captain Adam Thomas. Had a very solid day today. He and his other lock teammate, Mr. Penner, and the flankers. Back row, you guys had a solid day, putting a lot of harassment on the Boston club, winning a lot of lineouts. How did you feel with the day?
Well, I'm definitely pleased with the win. I mean, it's a beautiful day out here at Canton. It's always good to play Boston tight games. So yeah, I'm pleased to walk off and have got the victory. First one in the ARP is quite pleasing, and it's always good to beat your local rivals.
There's a pretty intense rivalry between Boston and the Wolfhounds back in the day. Is that still the standard? You guys have some pretty chippy stuff going on in the offseason?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a great rivalry, 2 great clubs, long history of playing against each other. I'm nearing retirement. This is one last game, so another one bites the dust. And I'm pleased to have I've got a victory. There's been a few losses in the past, few wins, but certainly nip and tuck throughout. We've got not a bad lineup. We worked on that. Actually, they did well to seal a few towards the end. They started reading it pretty well. I actually think we played with a bit more width than we have in the past couple of weeks, and when the ball went wide, we've got a few boys that can burn when they get the ball. So, that's quite good. So I think it's probably a bit of width, and it's just a hard-fought game. Could have gone either way, even at the end.
What do you expect with the Life coming in here in a couple of weeks? Is there any in particular strategies you think are going to be necessary?
Yeah, well, they play Boston on Friday, and they've got Saturday, and then they play us on Sunday. So my hope is they have a huge night on Saturday night. Far too many beers and Life hungover on Sunday morning against us. But hopefully our friends across town, Boston, will do us a few favours as well, and maybe play them hard on Friday. Absolutely. It's Life. They've got the deep squad to do it. They've got the players to do it. So it's going to be a tough game. I really appreciate how good they are. We've got some good boys. I think we're actually just coming into our stride now at the end of the season, which is good, and we'll relish the challenge. We'll see how it goes, so it'll be good.
Absolutely. Good luck to you, and congratulations on today. It was a fine win.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Great pleasure.
All right, this is Ryan Trost back at you again in the post-match after the Boston Irish Wolfhounds win over the Boston Rugby Football Club 32-22. We're inside the Irish Cultural Center locker room with head coach of the Wolfhounds, Fergal here. And Fergal, it was a pretty solid day today. You guys look like you changed up strategy a little bit midway to make up some ground, and it paid off.
Yeah, well, at last we've had our full team out. We've had several injuries from the start of the season, and finally we got most of our starting 15 together. So I thought it made a difference. Our backline, especially with Peter Lupton and Dustin Cooper coming in, made a big difference. And Paddy Owens, our number 10, had been suffering with a hamstring injury, but that's cleared up a bit, and you noticed the difference today. Timing was still a bit off, but definitely room to improve. But going forward, I think we'll be a bigger threat. So I'm happy with the result, yeah. Well, in fairness to Boston, they always keep coming forward, you know, they never give up. You never really meet a bad Boston team. They'll always put you under pressure. And especially, it doesn't matter what the record is coming into a game like this, the rivalry is just so big that results go out the window. Like for the last couple of years, we've been down near the bottom of the table, but we'd always give Boston a go, and as you saw today, it was vice versa. But yeah, Paddy and Dustin played very well. I mean, Dustin's kicking from full back was excellent, especially the second half. We talked about it at half time to try and turn around the full back and the wingers, and fairness to the boys, they carried it out to a T. We have one game left, it's a 2-week break. We play Life here in 2 weeks, which will be quite the challenge. But the Wolfhounds always want to play at the top level of rugby in the US. We're an ambitious club. Results haven't gone our way recently, but even with our youth programme, we're starting to build. I hope that this is a showcase for the club, trying to do it the right way. We have showers, we have a field, we have a lot of volunteers help out at game day, and the youth programme, we're putting a lot of time into that, and that's going to come to fruition as well. So we're trying to do it a different way than other clubs do it, so let's hope it works. I think it will long term.
I hope you're right. I know that your Youth Hounds program is pretty boisterous. You got a good regional group. Many feeder clubs coming in, and hopefully they all come back after getting some good experience in top-notch college.
Yes, and we like to bring in the captains into the changing rooms before the games, get them experience at top-level rugby in America. Also, we're starting up a Dorchester inner city program as well, trying to get those kids involved in rugby and in the club. So that'll all come to fruition. Yeah, that's what we're about. We're trying to be a success, so let's hope it comes off.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the day for your first win in the ARP this year. We'll look forward to much more for.
Thanks.